What if the dog doesn't do what you want it to do?
Well, I have practiced this out at home. My dog will pretty much chew anything you put near its mouth, which is, you only want the one shot, so we've only got to get her to stay in one place with the homework in her mouth, and once we've got that shot, that's all we need. So we may need a couple of takes, but it should be fine.
Shouldn't take too long.
No.
Are you actually going to call the dog Karen in the movie?
Yeah.
So when the dog get confused?
We've tried that. She's pretty quite docile. You just unless you call her name, she kind of just sits there and looks at you.
Yeah.
So using another name, she probably won't get confused too much.
I like the idea, but how will it relate to your overall movie, being just the opening sequence? What is it kind of, is it leading up to the main kind of...
Yeah, well, Noah kind of gets ready and goes to school, and he just continues to have bad luck, over the course of the week. He's 16, he's going to have girl problems, stuff like that, which I'm sure people can relate to. Boys will laugh at him, girls will laugh at him, so we just kind of waking up to start his day, and so start of the day is the start of the movie, which is how.
Is there an actual main story, problem and then conclusion, or is it just him having bad luck
just
the whole time?
Because most comedy films are based on some main character and their everyday life and just what goes wrong. So we've just
turning points.
Yeah, turning point. And we've looked at this film called Napoleon Dynamite, which is quite similar to the way we want to set out our opening sequence. Their sequence is they have stuff embedded on, credits embedded on objects. We wanted to use that, and then also a bit of acting and dialect, and it's quite similar because that's also about a young boy who goes to school and he's a bit of a nerd and hasn't got really much luck. So,
what kind of pace are you going to be going for when you're doing your opening sequence? Is it going to be quite a fast pace, slow pace, just a relatively?
It's just an average pace, nothing to build up to, but not too slow.
It's just kind of
get a move on. Yeah, I think we've looked at song choice and such. It's quite funny. It doesn't really go, but it still makes sense. Stuff like TikTok by Kesha. The opening sequence is quite happy and bouncy, but you can tell he's not quite right. He's a bit of a nerd, and nothing's going to go right for him.
What's the certificate rating?
We've looked at a 12, PG-12, depending on. It's probably more towards 12 because it may be seen as toileting issues with the laxatives and falling over. You kind of expect a 16-year-old to probably blurt out with a swear word or something like that. But we're not going to put that in, I think, because we kind of want to keep it PG. But then it could more for everyone. But
do you not think that limits you
Pardon?
Do you not think that limits you as to
not
what you
really,
can actually put in?
With slapstick, it's more about falls and chases and misfortune. We don't really need to do anything inappropriate and make it a high certificate rating so it appeals to more people, because it's quite general slapstick. It should appeal to everyone.